We are doing a ceremony here for Carpenter Park. A brand new playground has been installed here. This was a project that started a couple years ago. We requested some money from the state of Maryland through the Department of Natural Resources. We applied for a grant. The grant was approved. I believe is a $240,000 grant. And the playground went in. It was finished in June or July. And so we've been trying to get this coordinated. A lot of things come up along the way, but at least we're doing it here today. And just real quick here, I'm on the Recreation Commission here in Chestertown. Daniel Cardone is also on the commission. We've got Marcus Goldman, and Inez is also on the commission, and Jim Bogdan, who is not here today. With this event, Danielle has actually coordinated everything here today. So our thanks to Danielle. Also with the commission, we are working on a lot of projects with the parks around Chestertown. And you may be aware of the playground at Wilmer Park that went in about 5 years ago. Ajax Park, now this one. Over at Bailey Park, which is where the dog park is located. We're working on a project there, gearing it toward older kids. And we've got a grant that's been approved for $210,000, also from the DNR, and we're working on that. So a lot of projects we're working on.
I think most of you know that the Carpenter Park area has been neglected for far too long, and really appreciate the help from people like Harold Somerville, Jose Medrano, as well as Danielle and Dwight, the whole Recreation Committee. It would not have happened without that support and without the parents and grandparents and children out there. And I think what's important to recognize, yes, this is a beautiful piece of equipment, but it's so much more. It's a place for children to have fun, to learn skills, to make friends, for families to come.
The unofficial historian of Washington Park. I had the pleasure of working with Washington College and their Chesapeake Heartland project to do a fellowship a couple of years ago. And as someone who was a child that was born here and raised in Washington Park, it's very near and dear to my heart. So you will see that there is a pull-up banner that talks about the housing, and basically how Washington Park got started was in the mid-60s, Louisa Dandelot Carpenter had this land and decided to donate it for African American families to experience home ownership. As we know, back in the 60s, there were barriers to home ownership for African Americans. So this was a well thought out project, and it started from an idea, a conversation one day. As you know, in the Black community, the church is central to financial literacy, to faith-based. It's just central to the communities. So there was a move with the former Reverend Frederick Jones at Bethel AME Church in Chestertown on College Avenue, and they had a meeting and actually asked their congregants and also a lot of African Americans who wanted to own homes. It was done, I was told, by a lottery system. So they went in and they chose a number. My grandmother was one of the women who actually was a recipient of lottery. And if you know anything, she was a single Black woman in the 60s. So the odds were already against her in owning her own home. We have a lot of families here that have become independent families, but have become a family in a community. The Somerville family, Harold's family, was one of the early residents of this community, and it was a place where you can come, and it was truly a community. If you lived in the house on Roosevelt Avenue, which I did, 315, but if you lived in a Somerville household, if you were in that section, their parents were parenting you just as the parents in another part of the community. For many years, there has been some financial neglect to our community, but it's very encouraging now that the Chestertown community and also the recreation is really invested in redoing this community and reinvesting in this community, really trying to bring Chestertown as a whole together.